So, with the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 on the horizon, after half of my life, more than half of my life has gone past since Kingdom Hearts 2, where I thought, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 would be coming out like 5 years, because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out 5 years after Kingdom Hearts 1, so it makes sense, right? You get a game in between to connect the stories, and then hey, but what do you know? We got like 6 games in between that. Half of them were shit, half of them were pretty good, and one of them ruined Kingdom Hearts for forever. It just ruined Kingdom Hearts forever. So today, I just felt like for a long time, I wanted to rank the Kingdom Hearts games. And that's what I'm gonna do. But first of all, let's start with the one that started it all. Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 to me is the best Kingdom Hearts game, like overall. It's the only Kingdom Hearts game with like okay, so maybe not the only one, but it's the one with the best story. It's the one that started with the idea. They presented it confidently. They had the story all laid out. They had the gameplay. They had everything. And the only reason that I wouldn't give Kingdom Hearts 1 a 10 out of 10 is because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out and it did almost everything better. But Kingdom Hearts 1 is a game that really is the peak of Kingdom Hearts. So at the very top, in S tier, we have the game itself that started it all. Now, there are very few series where the first game that comes out is the best. I don't know what this means for Kingdom Hearts, the series, but I genuinely believe that of all the games, Kingdom Hearts 1 is the best, mainly because it just does everything the best of any of the series. It's still a great game today, and I love it. So next up, we're gonna talk about the game itself. My favorite goddamn game ever. Well, is it my favorite game? I genuinely believe Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite game. Everything that I love, everything that I see, I can compare it to Kingdom Hearts 2 because Kingdom Hearts 2 does so much great in terms of gameplay. And that's the most important thing. Because gameplay wise, Kingdom Hearts 2 is like a huge leap from Kingdom Hearts 1. And I know I said Kingdom Hearts 1 is the peak of Kingdom Hearts 2, right? But imagine if there's a mountain, okay? And the mountain, instead of putting Kingdom Hearts 2 where Kingdom Hearts 1 is, or putting it below, I have to create the mountain would have to like spout another peak, like as if it's an alternate reality, as if the mountain wanted to try something else for like a couple of years, see where it would take him, and it took him to a really cool place where he's deformed and now has 2 really cool peaks. That's where Kingdom Hearts 2 is. It's in an alternate S tier, all by itself. It's I can't put it next to Kingdom Hearts 1 because Kingdom Hearts 1 I feel like is a genuinely better experience overall. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is just a much better game. Well, I can't say it's a much better game. It's just playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and then you go to 2. There's just so much in Kingdom Hearts. There is one thing in Kingdom Hearts 2, one experience. I can play Kingdom Hearts 2 an infinite number of times and I will never get tired of it. And that just speaks volumes to the gameplay, because I get bored of games really quickly. I get burnt out. And even in Kingdom Hearts 2, I would get burnt out, but I'll just come back a day later and be like, yeah, okay, this is cool. I'm into it. I love it. And there is one scene in Kingdom Hearts, one boss, the final moment of the game, the finale itself. The last moment of the game is something that I have yet to replicate. It gave me a feeling that I have yet to replicate in any game. To the point where not even the game itself can replicate that feeling. The feeling that when I experienced it for the first time. Honestly, if I ever play a game like that ever again, it might top Kingdom Hearts 2, but I genuinely don't feel like there's any game that can like top it. So Kingdom Hearts 2, alternate S tier. Let's move on to the next one, Chain of Memories. Now, Chain of Memories, I didn't play this game in the intended order because I didn't know it existed. Because I had a Game Boy Advance, but I just didn't know. Like, why would they I didn't realize it was like a straight up sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1. And this is an issue of the series. They just kept... Okay, I'm not getting into that right now. But Chain of Memories, despite its place in the series, despite how people may have thought of it when it first came out, despite how people may think of it right now, I genuinely think Chain of Memories is a really good game. For what it is... Now, I know when people say for what it is, it's just kind of another way of making excuses for something, but as a Game Boy Advance game, it has so much, and just Game Boy Advance games in general had so much, so I shouldn't really say that. But Chain of Memories, a lot of people hated on it for being a card game, for having you do math in the middle of the battle. Like, I like math. And more importantly, I like strategy games, and I like card games. So, Chain of Memories being like all three of them together, it really stimulates my big brain cells, okay? And I genuinely think the game is great. I get that people don't like it. People don't like having to quickly add up stuff and it's probably a lot to take in, and I will agree that there are times while playing it that it's a lot to take in, and it's just kind of a bit. You can break it really easily by just having a lot of zeros and a lot of nines, but even despite that, it's just a lot of really cool. It's just a really cool mechanic for an action RPG, especially considering the limitations of the Game Boy Advance. I think it's really cool. It's a really cool system. I completely understand why people wouldn't like it, but I still think it's a pretty good game, so I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. Same for Chain of Memories, same for Re-Chain of Memories, which is the same game but fully 3D. Oh, Chain of Memories also had Riku's story, which was that's so sick. That's so sick. You get to play as Riku for the first time, and I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people don't appreciate Chain of Memories, and I just think it's a really cool game. You know, being able to combine magic to make more magic, and you have your friends coming down, and then you combine magic with them, and they make cooler magic. It's just really fun. It's a really good game. I get why people wouldn't like it, but I like it. So I put it on A tier. It's a lot more engaging than the games to come, to say the least. So next up we have Re-Chain of Memories. I think Re-Chain of Memories is kind of the same. It's a lot more hectic than regular Chain of Memories from my memory, but I still think it's really good. It added a lot of really cool new attack. So, you know, I'm gonna put it in A tier as well, because they're basically the same game. Next up is the game that ruined Kingdom Hearts forever, that ruined the series, ruined the direction of the gameplay, Birth by Sleep. And despite me actually hating Birth by Sleep, I still think it's a really good game. If I didn't think it was a good game, I wouldn't have beaten it. Maybe that's because I was already deep into Kingdom Hearts. You know, I cared for the story. I wanted to learn more. I loved the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 2. Birth by Sleep was like supposed to be a PS2 game, but they made it on PSV for some reason. I have no idea what's wrong with these people. But you know, it's Birth by Sleep ruined Kingdom Hearts by just ruining the melee gameplay. It made it really floaty and slow. The gameplay revolved mainly around spamming the triangle button, and for someone like me who really just likes doing sick combos and like using all sorts of magic, doing combos and then going into drive forms to extend them, sort of, Kingdom Hearts 2 is like my fantasy, and Birth by Sleep is like the fact that it sort of took over the series in terms of gameplay really it just makes me sad, you know. I don't think Birth by Sleep is a bad game by any means. I think it's a pretty good game given the limitations of the PSP. It had 3 storylines, although it was repetitious, and I wish there was more variance in where you would the stories of all the characters. But Kingdom Hearts 2 set a precedence for story, the Kingdom Hearts series, where the Disney worlds no longer mattered, and I think that's an issue. That's it kind of that's why Kingdom Hearts 1 is like the peak, right? Because it had the story, it had the gameplay, everything in Kingdom Hearts 1 mattered. Kingdom Hearts 2, only some of the things mattered. In Birth by Sleep, it just felt like they didn't. I don't want to say they didn't care, but it felt like a spin off game that was a prequel on a PSP for a series that's on a PS2. Like, it's not great. It's repetitious. The gameplay is repetitious, and it punishes you for trying to play any way other than the way it wants you to play. So, and that's the worst thing. If that's the worst thing about Birth by Sleep, it introduced so many cool concepts. I love the fact that using certain spells created certain finishers, and finishers gave you certain combos. Using shot locks were really cool. I like shot locks a lot. They introduced a lot of really neat mechanics in Birth by Sleep. It's just a shame that it's sort of it just didn't end up being as great as it could have. Maybe they'll fix it in Kingdom Hearts 3, but from the looks of it, meh, whatever. Birth by Sleep, 6 out of 10. It's a good game. Some people really like it. I don't like it that much. I wouldn't play it if I had to. I wouldn't play it unless I had to, I mean. But it's still a good game. 6 out of 10, I'm putting it in a B rank. Next up is, I believe, Recoded. Another spin-off game with barely any story, barely any relevant story, but it improved on the Birth by Sleep mechanics by actually making it fun to attack. Now, I will be fully honest, I didn't play the game to completion because I didn't have a DS, because who has a DS and a PSP, right? So I didn't play the game to completion. I played it on emulator with my PS2 controller, and that's the thing, right? The game felt really good to play with a regular controller, which I can't say the same for Birth by Sleep. It felt like a genuine Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 experience. And even though I didn't complete it, I do have a friend who completed it, so I'll have him come and give his opinion about it, and then, you know, using my limited knowledge of it, I will give you a rating. But for me, the game is a 6 out of 10. So I'm gonna put it in, I will put it in B tier. Same with Birth by Sleep. The only reason that I wouldn't give Recoded an A tier is because I didn't beat it. And I do have a 3DS now, so I'll probably go back and then maybe change this ranking in the future. But for the time being, it's in B tier because it genuinely felt like what Birth by Sleep should have been. It feels like the evolution. It feels like a genuinely solid Kingdom Hearts game with the Birth by Sleep mechanics. It has that sharp sort of gameplay feeling that Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 have that Birth by Sleep lacks. So I'm putting it in B purely because I haven't beaten it myself. Because who the hell had a PSP and a DS? Next up, we have, I think, actually, 358/2 came out before Recoded. So let's talk about Recoded. I didn't beat this game. I played it. I knew the plot already, and it was boring. I completely understand what they went for. They were giving you the ability to play as the organization members. You were supposed to learn more about them, and in a way, it does deliver on that. But the gameplay loop is so repetitive and boring that I can't get behind it. I couldn't finish it. I had no desire to keep going back to it. And it's just the thing is, these two games, these DS games, the Nintendo brand Kingdom Hearts games, all have really solid gameplay. I loved the whole item management sort of leveling system that the game has. I love that thing. It's like the perfect blend of like strategy. It's a really good way to give you access to all your things without giving you access to all your things, because at its core, this game is supposed to be multiplayer, right? So it makes sense that you shouldn't have everything. If you're playing it with like 4 friends and you're trying to fight a super strong boss, giving everybody everything doesn't make that boss really, that would sort of make that boss sort of redundant. So this sort of, okay, you can only take this amount of items, so you need to think ahead, you need to plan accordingly. This is a good game mechanic, I feel. It's what makes Monster Hunter really cool. Imagine if you could have like 99 potions in a hunt. Just limiting the player to a certain number of things, a certain number of tools, means that they need to think. They need to think about their decisions, their choices, and what they bring into a mission-based game. Because that game is supposed to be a mission-based game. It's just that it's a mission-based game. It's a mission-based game, but the missions aren't that fun. So the game is not that fun. And that was its downfall. On top of that, it had a pretty bland story for a lot of... If the gameplay is boring and the story is... Well, the story isn't boring, but there's a lot of space in between the story filled with the boring gameplay. So both of these two elements together, it ends up creating a boring game. And despite the actually neat gameplay mechanics, the gameplay mechanics that actually feel like a Kingdom Hearts game, like the ability to change up the way you attack as Roxas by having different keyblades, different types of keyblades, really cool. I wish, again, if they had to make more mobile handheld Kingdom Hearts games, I wish they would go with this or go with Recoded instead of Birth by Sleep. But hey, you know, we don't get what we want in this world. So Kingdom Hearts 358/2, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. I think this is probably C tier. Yeah, I'd put it in C tier as well. So let's go with the next one in the Kingdom Hearts line. That's Dream Drop Distance, another situation like Birth by Sleep, where they have these really cool mechanics. I actually really like the pet play system. I like the breeding your pets and creating whatever pets you want. I hate the fact that that is the only way to level up in the game, by having your pets, by grinding out your pets so they have the skills, and you need to farm different pets, and then I hate that. I just hate having power in a game only obtainable through one source. That just guarantees for the game to be sort of boring, especially if the limit is extremely high at like level 99 with a lot of powers. So Birth by Sleep also had like combinations with the different pets, and different pets had different powers when used with different characters. I loved Riku. I love playing as Riku. Riku is so cool, and I love that his power is like getting like a pseudo form so he can attack his pets. But because this game is made by the team that makes goddamn Birth by Sleep, that's the same issues where doing regular physical attacks are worthless. So when you're attacking an enemy, they just sort of say, hey, don't touch me, and they knock you out for like half your HP, and it's not fun. You don't do your super cool combos, and I get that you want enemies to be punishing, but you can make enemies punishing without having them literally be immune to your own attacks, except for bubble. It's just bubble. I played through that game and I was trying to do super cool attacks with Riku. I love doing the combinations with my pets, but at the end of the day, they weren't doing anything. Those attacks weren't doing anything because the enemy was just say, hey, just take a moment, buddy, take a step back. Hey, don't attack me. This is what the enemies would tell me until I shot them in the face with a bubble. Apparently a bubble is more impactful than hitting someone with a super cool sword, no? So whatever. Dream Drop Distance gets the same ranking as Birth by Sleep because I still feel like the games are pretty good. Story-wise, Dream Drop Distance is pretty lacking in the same way that Birth by Sleep is lacking, except for the end. Dream Drop Distance I feel like is a better game than Birth by Sleep. It has better bosses, and, well, would I say it's better? I feel like I'm mainly thinking of the finale of Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, so I'm comparing these two aspects. But I feel like the finale of Dream Drop Distance was more fun because you played as Riku, because you had flow motion, because of the final fight because of the final cutscene. I feel like Dream Drop Distance better than Birth by Sleep. So yeah, it's still B tier, but it's better than Birth by Sleep. So all that's left now are the mobile games that I have zero interest in playing, surprisingly. I don't like mobile games, and I haven't looked up any gameplay of the Kingdom Hearts mobile games. But the mobile games genuinely feel like a cash grab that has actual important story elements as bait for your wallet, and that is so awful. And I have zero interest in this, so I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the tier list. Just watch the movie. It sucks. Wait, 2.8. There's 2.8. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. That comes actually after this. I also have no interest playing this one either. Gameplay wise, it's not interesting to me. It feels a lot like Birth by Sleep. But the fact that Square Enix has the balls, the audacity to sell people a demo. I believe when 2.8 came out, it was a full price $60 game or something. I don't know if they have that much balls. I swear to God, I remember when this came out, I got so mad because a friend of mine said he was going to buy it. And I was like, don't do this. You're supporting shitty business strategies. Bad business strategies. You shouldn't support this thing. But he bought it, and I gave him the good old-fashioned "I told you so," because he regretted buying it. And I told him he'd regret buying it, but no one ever listens to me. That's why you should listen to me, alright? When I say at 2.8 D tier, don't play this game. Don't buy it. Don't support buying demos. Because it was literally just a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I think that's all the Kingdom Hearts games. Yeah. I think that's all the Kingdom Hearts games. I've rated them to completion, and I didn't even give like number ratings for Dream Drop Distance. Wait, I gave Dream Drop Distance a 6 out of 10. Alright, anyway, that's all the Kingdom Hearts games until Kingdom Hearts 3, where I'm gonna play it. I'll give my rating. Chances are it's probably gonna get a 7 out of 10. Let's be honest, unless they somehow blow me away. But I didn't give my rating for Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 though. Kingdom Hearts 1 to me is a 9 out of 10, purely because Kingdom Hearts 2 exists, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is a game that's fantastic except for the story, which is actually only good sometimes. Because the Disney worlds in the game, it feels like the worlds are just stepping stones. They don't have any personality, they don't have any ties to the story in the same way that Kingdom Hearts 1 had ties to the story. Every world in Kingdom Hearts 1, well, most of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 are either important moments for you to encounter the enemies, for you to encounter the bad guys, or move forward, or like they played an important role in some way. For instance, there were the seven princesses of heart, I believe, and they were getting kidnapped. But then some worlds you didn't have to get a princess of heart, but you met your buddy Riku to figure out what exactly is going on. You met with the bad guys to have banter or something like that. So Kingdom Hearts 1 was just a much better story, much better game. Well, overall it's a better game, but Kingdom Hearts 2 is a better game in terms of raw gameplay. So 8 out of 10 for Kingdom Hearts 2, 9 out of 10 because Kingdom Hearts 2 exists. So there it is, my Kingdom Hearts video. Please like the video if you support your boy, and if you like Kingdom Hearts, if you're excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Making this video, I'm kind of excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not gonna quit my day job because of it, but I did make a pact that I would kill myself if it was bad. So tune in for that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.